I love when I can use my phone to make me more productive instead of it making me lose my focus. And the way that is possible is through amazing apps that people crafted that make staying focused easier. Today, I will show you 5 apps that I use to stay productive so you can profit from them as well. We start right off with the FocusTraveller. It is basically a very easy focus timer app where while the timer is running, a person is walking up a mountain. You can set up different timers that you want to use, so like a time spent and which time you want to focus. And with a click on the screen, you can also set breaks and the timer pauses. After some time walking up the mountain and having the focus timer, you reach a summit and you can collect the summits over time. Why I love this app is because it has really great background music that I love to listen to while I'm working on something productive on my MacBook or so. And the design of the app is absolutely adorable and really creative. You can also choose some different characters that you are that walk up the mountain, also have like a companion, like a dog walking next to you. In the paid version, you also have the option of different seasons that you can choose from, so you have different backgrounds while walking up the mountain. Also in the paid version is a Pomodoro timer, meaning you can set a focus timer for a while and then have instantly a break for an amount of time, and that repeats. I don't have the paid version, and I also don't think that it is necessary to have the paid version. Also, you can connect with your friends and see how many hours they focused on a day and kind of have maybe even a competition together. At the same time, you can also have a focus timer together with a friend, meaning you walk up at the same time and you have the same focus timer going on, and you see when the other person is doing a break and how far you got together. Besides all of that, there's still some other gamified aspects of the app, like gathering badges, seeing different stats over the times, and records that you hold. In the end, it's a very simple focus timer app, but why I love it so much is because your phone has something to do while you're working. I think that most of us do the focus work on our laptops, and the phone is just kind of there as a way to really get fastly distracted. And having a focus timer on your app just makes it have its own purpose, your phone, and it's way less likely, at least for me, that you pick up your phone because it already is doing something. Also, I think it's really cool to see how much you worked over days. You can really feel accomplished in the end of the day because you see the amount of time that you have focused on something. And it is a reminder as well to take a break. So for example, if you set a timer for 40 minutes and that one is over, it will remind you to quickly stand up, stretch out, maybe get something to eat, and you don't forget to take breaks so you can stay focused longer. Next up, we have 2 apps that are very similar, so I'm going to put them together, and that is Lite and Login. These are both basically apps that you can use social media over without having the actual short form content part. So they claim to just keep the social part on social media and get rid of the one that just keeps you scrolling all the time. So how it works is that you connect your socials over the app, and then you just use social media like Instagram, TikTok, or other apps just over the app. Best is if you also hide the actual app, so you don't get the urge to open the actual app, but use it over the app Lite or Login. Okay, maybe this is a little hard to understand, so I'll show you an example by Instagram. You still have the option of looking at stories from people that you follow, checking your DMs, and checking all of the posts that the people that you follow posted. What you can't look at anymore is the feeds and the Reels tab. And I absolutely love that idea because I do really like to check stories. I also like to upload stories. I like to see what people send me. And that always meant for me that I could not just stop using Instagram because I just love it too much to upload my stuff as well. But like that, I still can do that. I can still be up to date with the people in my life, and I don't have ever the urge or the possibility even to start doom scrolling because there's not even a tab. It's nowhere there. Both of the apps nearly work the same and are both very new, so they do have some bugs and stuff loads very slowly sometimes. But honestly, as much as it annoys me that I have to wait sometimes to load, I think it is actually something very good. Because when it is loading, I feel like I'm coming out of my tunnel view of like, oh my god, I just want to be on Instagram, like forget everything. But I can quickly breathe and realize what I'm like doing, why I'm opening Instagram. So I guess there is some advantage of it being a little buggy sometimes. And at the same time, it just makes it less attractive to check Instagram or all of the other social media apps all the time, because the experience is not as smooth as on the real app. But in the end, you still get the satisfaction of taking a break and being online. And even though I only talked about Instagram, in both apps there's for sure Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube that you can block like this. Now let's quickly look at the difference from each app so you can choose which one fits best for you. Social Lite has some pro features like adding widgets to your home screen or deciding specifically which features from an app you want to remove and which one you want to keep. Social Lite also has the possibility to put all of the apps in grayscale, meaning you only see in black and white, which I think is also a cool idea. Then Social Lite has some more apps than you can block. You can see here which apps you can block in comparison to Login. By Login, you can add widgets for free. As I said, at the moment, Login has less apps that you can block through their app. And choosing which part you want to block from an app is also a pro feature. It also has gray mode, and on top, on the home screen of the app, you can see how much time you spend on social media on that day, which I think is a really cool small add-on that I really like. For both of the apps, you pay for the pro version around $4 a month. I don't have it and I don't feel like I have to get it. Now to the third app, which is Apple Books, or whatever books app that your provider provides. Basically, Apple Books is a reading app like Kindle that you can read books on. There are similar ones from Samsung and Google that you can use if you're not an Apple user. Why do I like Apple Books so much is taking books with you always feels like a big commitment, and you mostly end up probably never doing it. And that is why reading on your phone is such an easy and productive thing that you can do with your phone while you're traveling, while waiting somewhere. At every moment, it is something so good to do. It doesn't even have to be a self-development book. It can also be a fantasy book if you just want to relax, or non-fiction, whatever you're reading. All of that is way better than being on social media and just spending your time doom scrolling, because that will not actually relax you. So either way, it's a good way to spend your time. In the Books app, you can mark things directly into a book. You can set yourself reading goals for a whole year. And by most of the books, you can set preferences like size of the font, which font you want to use. So you can make it as personalized to you as you want to. And buying an ebook is not as expensive as buying a book in real life. So you're already saving on that side. But it's not always worth it, and we're talking here about free apps, so I don't want to bring you to buy any books that you don't want to buy. Then why do I bring up the Books app? Because you don't have to buy all the books that you want to read on your phone. If you have a book that you want to read, you can type it in on Google, .epub in the end if you're using Apple Books. Otherwise, you can also use .pdf. That is just the name of the file that you want to get. And maybe you will find a website where you can download the book that you want to read. Disclaimer though, this is at your own risk. Check to be proof. I don't want you to download any viruses or anything. This is your own risk. The site that I sometimes use to download books is this one, which until now worked very, very well for me. The difference from a PDF and an EPUB is that by EPUB you can actually change the fonts and everything around it, while by the PDF you can't do that. So choose the file you want to get, make sure it's from a good website, download it and open it on Apple Books, and instantly you have your new book for free. Fourth app is a habit tracker. Now, it is a habit tracker, and the app is at the same time also called habit tracker. very creative. And what it does is track your habits. Surprise! So you can stay on track and motivated. There's a ton of habit tracker apps, and I have tried a lot of them. Why I like this habit tracker the most is because very easy to add habits and change components. You get a lot of analytics and insights from your tracking. You can share with other people and stay accountable to each other. You have weekly, monthly, and yearly overviews, and it is a very clean design. It is very customizable. You can set own colors, own icons, own sizes. And if you want to, you can also set up personalized messages that you get throughout the day to remind you to do the habit. You can integrate a focus timer that you can use so you can check up the habit. I use that, for example, when I do my 10-minute meditation. I just instantly click on the habit and then it starts a 10-minute tracker, and after the 10 minutes my habit is marked complete. Now I actually bought the lifetime premium membership for that app because I just really like it. All of the things that I said before you can do also without the paid version. By the free version you just have limited amount of habits that you can add. You have less analytics. And by the widgets, I'm not 100% sure if you can add widgets in the free version. In the paid version you can do for sure though. And to the last app, which is Smile App Launcher. So maybe you have seen this trend going around with all of the different dumb phones that one can get nowadays. And maybe you have seen the other trend going on where people just turn their normal phone into a dumb phone. So they still have all of the features like using their good camera or paying with the phone, but the phone is set up in a dumb way. So that your phone looks something like this. It definitely helps you to not get distracted because you can only put apps there that actually make you stay productive. Also, there's no right way to do it. You can choose the apps that you want to have on your dumb phone. Now, to set up something like this, you need an app. And most of the apps out there, you have to pay for. For example, a very known one is Blankly, which you do have to pay for. The Smile App Launcher does nearly the exact same thing and it's for free. So basically what you can do with the app is set up a widget with all of the app name that you want to click on and have connected on your home screen. So basically you link the text with the app, so when you click on the text or the name of the app, you instantly get to the app. A little complicated, but I think you know what I mean. Now on the Smile app, you can do a lot of personal setup like colors, fonts, and sizes. You can do up to 10 widgets, and trust me, you don't need more. Like on one widget, you can put like already 8 to 10 different apps that you want to connect. There's also just a normal clock widget that you can add, which just shows the time. And basically how it works is that you connect the name of the app with a shortcut that redirects you to the actual app. So you can give them different names of however you want to, like the actual app name, for example, Pinterest, then you link it over shortcut with Pinterest and it directly relinks you to Pinterest. You can arrange them on the app however you want to. It does need some time though to set the app up properly. The app is free and one does realize that, so sometimes the app just crashes and you need a little bit of patience. But it definitely does its job and makes it possible to set up your own dumb phone on your phone. Now, basically, I don't have my entire phone like that all the time because I just don't like that. But I have a focus that I can turn on and then I instantly have this dumb phone view. So I still can be a little normal human being, which is a normal home screen. And then I have the one for the dumb screen that I can turn on whenever I want to. And honestly, the first time I used the app, I was a little overwhelmed and I didn't really got how it works. I found an easy explain video from the developer itself of how to set up stuff, and if you're interested to using the app and you're also a little overwhelmed, then I linked you the video in the description so you can go and check that out because that one helped me a lot. And now in the end, I still have another app I want to touch on, and that is Notion. Notion is literally the first app I think about when I think about a productive app. See Notion as kind of like a notes app with way more possibilities to personalize it and ways to optimize using notes because you have databases that you can work with and so many other things as well. If you want to know how to use Notion to plan your life, set your goals, and actually stay accountable on these goals, I have a full in-depth video talking about that you can check out here. Also, if you're a beginner and you have never touched Notion before. Now go and download these apps and start using your phone in a productive way.